Today I'm going to be creating a secret waterfall entrance in my Minecraft hardcore world. Now, first things first, we need to decide which one of the entrances it's going to be, either on this side of the mountain or right over there. As you know, my house is just dangling over this huge, I guess, pond you'd call it. And I want to build into each side of the mountain, but I feel like we could spice it up a little bit with this waterfall idea. All right, so we either have to build a pond right here. So that's what sort of thinking is, build a pond that then turns into a waterfall and hides the entrance on this side right here or over here. And I feel like both of these could work, but there's a little bit more room over there. And honestly, I think that side will work out better. All right, let's get to work cleaning this out. All right, so we've terraformed this area, I think, to the best of my abilities. I don't want this to be anything massive, because really the aim of this is to just make it seem natural. And also, I would like to actually get some builds and some rooms completed inside the mountain today. And so the longer this takes, the less time I actually have to get those rooms done. So we're gonna get started on filling this pond up. Shouldn't take much more longer, just one more bucket, and there we go. And then I have no clue how to actually make a waterfall, so I'm just gonna break these blocks here, see how the water flows, and hopefully it just looks really cool. If I need to force some okay, I think this actually looks really lame. Let's see. Okay, it's not as big and as like voluptuous, I guess, as I would want it to. That looks exactly how I want it to. Right down there is exactly what I want it to look like, where the water just goes off on either side. It doesn't flow over the middle and you just walk through. So that I'm extremely hyped that this works exactly as planned. We might need to remove that trapdoor, but other than that, that works perfectly. But I think I'm gonna do a little bit more tweaking just to make this look a little bit more epic, because that doesn't look nearly that cool. Like, so just putting a block here, I think should expand that out to the side one. And okay, well that's looks really weird. I see why that has happened. Fix that issue. And then maybe that honestly just might look fine. That one little fix. Alrighty, I would say that worked out pretty well. It's hard to control water though. So if I sit here all day and I try to nitpick at it and perfect it, I think I'd be there for hours. But I think it's time to make this here pond look pretty cool now. I'm telling you, it's so easy to decorate with bone meal. Before, decorating was pretty hard, but you just take a few moss blocks, you chuck them down, you just remove the dirt, place a piece of moss block, bone meal, and it's so easy. And if you even have stone, it replaces stone with moss block. I do really want to get some lily pads, and I know I took screenshots of a cave system where hopefully I can find some drip leaves and some spore blossoms. So I think I'll go digging through my screenshots. Well, looks like we may, ooh, almost fell. It's a good place to mine in. Bunch of drip leaves. We are looking for, I think they're like not the spores. I don't even know what they're called, actually. I'm gonna be completely honest. How do I get, oh, you just break them. You just break them. They all fall down. Nice. I don't see any at the moment, which kinda stinks. There's the things on the roof. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like the azalea spores. They're the pink flowers. Maybe they're down here. Those things. Yeah, let me get some of those. Bro, this thing is crazy. Holy crap. What are these called? Spore blossoms. I was close. I was close. I had one of the words right. And I guess I'll take some glowberries. While we're here, we might as well. Yeah, you know, well, that seems like a fair little pond. Added the drip leaves in, you know, think it tied it all together. And now, okay, well, first, I think we need to fix this weird little bump, which I think we can only really do by just adding in extra stairs here, which is kind of gonna mess with the flow that we have going on, but we gotta do it. It's gonna drive me absolutely insane if we don't. I guess then a valid question is, if I place these slabs, well, that's the wrong slab, and I really did not mean to do it. Okay, so how do I not mess this up more than I've already messed this up? Because that's okay. I can save this. I can save this. All right, well, that was an easy save. I think you got to do something like this and then break it, because if you do, there's ways in which you think removing water would make it better. It actually makes it a whole lot worse. Same thing if we just do this. Oh, we're gonna do it all the way down. Oh, that's miserable. I guess don't do it all the way down because at this point it doesn't really matter as long as we fix it up top. And yeah, the problem is, oh, will the water not? Oh, sick. It's still just gonna keep flowing off to the sides. That's perfect. So yeah, I mean, honestly, you can't even like, the stone is so hard to see through the waterfall that, I mean, yeah, once you get closer, it's easier. But all the way back here, I don't know. You could argue that there's not even a little passageway here. It just kind of seamlessly transitions into this little area. So now we've got to figure out what we want to do with this. And I was thinking that we dig a little bit further in just to make sure we don't have to deal with any exposed wall on the outside. And I'm thinking right off the bat, we'll just go ahead and make a place where we can have a staircase that leads down to future lower levels, because I don't even really know what's gonna be down here or in this mountain, because this house, let's be real, this house is tiny. There's just enough storage room and stuff up top to get stuff done. So I was mainly planning in the future, which I guess the future is now, that this is where I would add sort of like the mega furnaces, the mega storage rooms, and dope, there's a cave. Well, we're not gonna be building down there. I just wanted to get it dug out as sort of a little reminder to myself. All right, so this is sort of the idea that I'm going for, is that I'm just gonna have this long corridor, and that off to the side, I'll just dig in here, or make sort of like an entryway, let's say, and then inside, I'll dig out a bunch more room, and there, I'll build my smelter. Maybe this side, I'll build more storage. I think that's actually what I am going to do in here for these first few rooms, is I do need a new smelter, and I do need some more storage. So this is two very important pieces, and the further on we go, I think I might make some very basic rooms, just like a potion stand, like a brewing setup. Trying to think of what other sort of contraptions I could put in here. Any sort of contraption that might go in a room like this. You know, this is what this mountain was intended to be used for. And then if I run out of room, we've got a whole nother side of the mountain. Alrighty, so we've got the two rooms dug out here. This is where the smelters are going to be, and I think you can see a little bit of what I'm going for. I was sort of decorating and theming the rooms. I haven't done it on this side. This is going to be the chest room. I'm just trying to figure out the layout. I think I want to sort of theme this like a Stronghold library kind of vibes. I don't know why. I just feel like that'd be a pretty cool theme for this, because it's already underground, a lot of stone. So chuck in some bookshelves and some wood. But for this, just give it that, you know, just chuck in some coal ore. Very easy, very simple. Obviously, still need to put in the smelter, and same thing over here. Still gotta put in the chests, but you know, progress is being made. All right, listen, I have been absolutely grinding away this room, and it might not look like it, but I had to spend a ton of emeralds to get these bookshelves. I had to do a bunch of mining. This is a ton of, you don't realize how much wood you need for a chest room until you start making a chest room. But this is a bunch of bulk storage, probably just storing cobblestones, keeping a lot of just the smaller day-to-day items in my Minecraft house, and then all of this is bulk storage, maybe mob drops, things that, you know, I don't need to access every single day in here, but I think I sort of captured the essence sort of a Stronghold library. And there's one thing missing. I guess that's already kind of decorated. We need to decorate this wall to really give it that feel. All right, we're back getting some emeralds, and I need to check, are there, okay, so there are villagers waiting to get zombified. I don't even, that was still a nightmare. I think one more episode, we'll have to wait it out, because man, I've got some serious PTSD from dealing with all those villagers, man. All right, and here's a little entrance we got created. I think that's probably my favorite part. And here we go. You can tie it all nicely together. Now, no, we're not going to be setting the storage room up because we still have to set up the automatic smelter. And as you can see, we haven't done a single thing for the automatic smelter. I've made many of these, so it really shouldn't be much of a problem. I'm really just debating how big I want it to be, because I can make it pretty big, but at the same time, it's automatic smelter, and I really don't think it needs to be too big. And the thing is, with all of these, because you're building inside of a mountain, if you need to build bigger, you just dig out more room. If you need to build a bigger smelter, boom, knock out that wall. Boom, knock out that wall. All right, well, this is the basic core components of an automatic smelter. I'm assuming, or maybe, okay, never mind. Let me not assume you guys ever seen one before. That's rude of me. So here on top, we have got the rails. So this chest up here is where I will be inputting whatever I want to be smelted. So let's say I want to smelt this one piece of cobblestone. I put it in that chest, it gets put in the minecart, and then the minecart will go up and down, automatically depositing the materials into these furnaces. And then this is where we put the coal or whatever fuel source we have. I have planned for an automatic fuel source farm. Stay tuned. Same thing, that will go up and down, automatically depositing it into the furnace. Once everything is smelted, it gets sucked up by these hoppers. Everything ends up in this one chest. So in order to deposit the items, you walk up this little staircase, put in your coal, put in your other items right here, which you can do like so, and bada bang, bada boom. So we just need to pretty this up, put a face on it so that you can't see the inner workings, because you don't want to actually see how it works. But please, guys, this took me literally 15 minutes to build, 10 minutes even. Do yourself a favor, build this for yourself. It'll save you hours in your Minecraft world, and you'll be glad you did it. All right, interesting design I've come up with. I didn't leave myself a lot of room, which I knew was gonna happen. But you gotta cover these hoppers because they just look terrible, and the best way to do that is usually with stairs, like the design I always do. But I wanted to try something different, so we got polished diorite, which never really used, but I was like, I want to try something different, so chucked that in and sort of have them like disappearing, but at different points, and so it sort of like kind of fades into the wall right here. Okay, just you know, roll with it for a second. But because I want to try to keep this as kind of like a natural build, I don't really even want to put in a floor or a ceiling, just keep it stone. I was thinking of adding like tuff or something like that, but there's really not a lot of room to work with or even get creative. So I think I might just leave this as is. Great access here, you know, the all natural gravel spawns, and then just you know, access to the back in case anything happens to break. But you know, it works, and that's, you know, always my big rule is functionality. If something works, then gosh darn, that's the best kind of thing in Minecraft, something that actually works. So that's how it looks in action. They just go back and forth and back and forth. Right now I'm broke. I have like no coal at all, so whenever I want to turn off, just turn off, and then if you have items, they are right there. So boom, we have a fully fledged. I'm actually really happy now that I've come back to this. Really happy with how this turned out. Not so happy with how this turned out, but that's okay. You know, sometimes in Minecraft you build things, especially me, they work amazingly, but they just don't look that good. I mean, on the other hand, once again, hey, round of applause. The waterfall looks amazing, and you can't. Okay, well, the torches are a dead giveaway, and when I zoom in, yeah, that's a dead giveaway. Just hitting a little bit of a refresh on this front area though, because I can't do really too much other than just the floor and I guess the ceiling, but I don't really have any ideas for that at the moment, because obviously we'll be demolishing this wall, and so doing any sort of decoration on that wall would be pretty stupid of an idea, to be honest. All right, there we go. 2 rooms are done, and I'm happy with this. I do think we should test this smelter because we haven't even tested it. I mean, we know chest. Let's see, let's test the chest. Okay, that chest works. That's not very hard to test a chest of all things. But to be fair, we haven't tested the furnace system. I could have done it. I mean, I didn't do it wrong. I'm an absolute master when it comes to the art of building furnace systems, and we do need to smelt quite an insane amount of stuff. So we will probably either be going on a mining trip, or like I said, we got other farms planned, so don't worry about that. Let's see, I think this top one is for these items, and then the coal, and then you flick this lever. I did it right. Okay, there we go. Wait, how is that? I don't know how that was in there. All right, but I think we're good. Just make sure stone brick. Okay, just making sure we're all good to go. Iron's being smelted through. So yeah, that's how it works. Everything is being deposited properly, and everything is being automatically smelted. And before we end off this video, I do think it'd be pretty cool to just do a general world update. We are currently on day 171 of the world, and I feel like we should have done a lot more, but we really haven't. I will say this house itself took about, I think it was 80 of the days. This was a tremendous project for me to complete, and so this house is obviously the main focal point point, and it's dope, obviously. And then this was another huge chunk of time that we got completed in the last episode, I believe it was, which was the villager training station. We didn't even come in here other than I did actually get all my bookshelves from these guys today. Traded with the emeralds. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just a little fed up with these villagers because I had a really big mistake in which all of them disappeared in the last episode, and so we got most of them back. We're still missing a few, but we're gonna have to get a few more, fill up this trading hall, which still is missing a few in this bottom row, few on this top row, but I think it turned out great as well. And then we've got a farm over there that I think it looks really cool, but I don't really need farm food because I'm just been, you know, munching on this steak. And then listen, I know over here, these guys, what is this? What kind of barn is this? I got 3 chickens, a handful of pigs, a ton of sheep that I use for netherite mining. I don't need that netherite tools. That's fine. We'll worry about that later. And then just scuffed farms, which is just, I feel like it's one at a time. Okay, one at a time. We'll get everything done, but it is slowly coming together for sure. I will say, I'm just kind of doing things in ranking importance. And right now, a barn is kind of bottom of that list for me. But once again, a waterfall that hides a soon-to-be hopeful ton of different rooms. Whatever I can think up of, mine out the area, and we'll plop some more cool ideas in here. If you have any more ideas, chuck them down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you did, smack that like button. Check out these other videos if you want to, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.